Welcome to our Daddy
Daughter.
podcast. I am Aurelian, the daughter.
And I am Flavian, the daddy.
Yes, this is our first episode. Yay!
Yeah, I hope you guys watched our introductory episode. If you haven't, check it out. You are going to know more about us before we dive into, the real deal, the real stuff on
serious
episode.
matters.
Yes, on this episode.
Okay, today's topic will be the rule of the house. Yes, we have to start with the basics. We want to know what are our rules in the house. So, what do you understand by the rule of the house?
I understand hapa ni kwangu.
Na kila mtu anafuata rules zako.
Yeah, na kila mtu
Na wewe ndio kusema.
Mimi ndio the main guy over here. Yeah. But yeah, on a serious note, I think there are those things that we've agreed as a family that we need to follow. Those rules, I don't really want to call them rules, but they are just sort of like the etiquette.
Guidelines.
Oh yeah, guidelines. Things that we put at the back of our minds when we are in this house, how we are supposed to behave and handle each other and also run our daily activities.
Yeah, so you've already summed up everything. To me, just the rule of the house, basically what just governs us as a house. Our constitution.
Yes.
Yeah, so before we say straight what are our rules, we have to understand how these rules came to be. So we'll go back to the growing up, since how we grow up sometimes shape the way we do our things now. So how did you grow up? What were your experiences growing up?
Well, I can say I had one of the best experiences growing up, because my mom and dad were very kind people, are still very kind people. And generally, what they taught us was we should be also kind to everyone else around us. So basically, we found ourselves always loving our neighbors. I remember going to school, and some of the most interesting things would be I always went back home without a pen, because every time I saw a kid who was, who came to school without a pencil, I would give them my pencil, and even my backup pencil I would give out.
Oops.
Yeah, and then sometimes even when I go home, because there was this box where my mom used to keep the extra exercise books, so that anytime we ran out, we could pick. So I would see, this kid who doesn't have an extra, who doesn't have an exercise book to start. So I would go and steal one, and then by the end of the term, mom comes and checks and wonders, what? You guys have been using so many books. What were you doing? But it was just me being generous, and just the way my parents showed us to be generous to, everyone else. And that shaped me in a very interesting way, because sometimes I got a shocker, like when I realized, oh, this guy is actually not good to me. Oh, this guy is my enemy. To me, at that time growing up, I didn't know enemies existed until I realized when I'm, like being bullied by some kids, and later I realized, oh, these guys were actually bullying me because they're actually not my friends. There's something they envy about me. There's something, So it was a nice upbringing, and I really liked that. And I think apart from, being generous, I also learned to just be, a good person in general and considerate. Yeah. Tell me, how was it growing up? I know we are a blended family, and like I say, at my age, 47,
Okay. So,
I feel like I have a daughter who is my age too.
growing up, life was interesting. I was staying with my great grandmother. Yes, you heard it right. Great grandmother from, I think, at around 7 to 13, 14. No, I think from 7 to like 12. And life was very interesting. I used to really make fun of my great grandmother because in their generation, their kind of schooling was very different. So they didn't really go to school per se. So I used to enjoy teaching her ABCD and 1, 2, 3, knowing that she'll reach at some point, maybe at 8, then she'll say something very funny and we'll laugh about it. Then her teaching me the cultures, those long time cultures, the traditional cultures, how they used to do their things. And that was a really fun time. Now, reflecting about it now, it was a really awesome time to just know how they grew up, and life was interesting. And now into my other part, at around 13 to 21, I grew up in a different place, and also life was different, joining new schools. Mimi si wale wenye tulikuwa tunaambia, yeah, next time we'll move to another school, then si move. I did move to another school, to another family, to stay with my mom, and life was awesome. My mom taught me a lot. She was very strict, very strict. And I really thank God for her, because from that, from her just being very strict with me, it has shaped me and what I believe in and how I am right now. But then when she was very strict, I'll be just like, ugh, my mom is boring. Mama yangu ni mkali. My mom, blah, blah, blah. So at that time, it was not fun for her to be very strict, but now I'm appreciating it. So growing up, it was good. And now going to the dislikes and likes of what you liked about growing up. What were some of the interesting parts?
Actually, when I look back, I realize what I hated actually really shaped me. So it's sort of now I don't like hate it anymore. I kind of laugh about it,
You
and I'm
moved
like,
on.
yeah, because I remember like one of the instances was when I was doing my KCPE, yes. The morning I was going to do my KCPE, my dad told me to do something for him. And I just talked back at him and told him, hey, you know, I'm going to do my KCPE, banners. You can't even give me a break. And trust you me, by the time I finished that line, a slap had already landed on me. That was my success wishes from my dad that morning. But
Sorry.
yeah,
I'm really sorry.
yeah, my dad was a tough guy. In fact, recently, before he fell ill and he cannot even walk around, we used to laugh about it, because if my dad wanted to give you, you know, like some nice to punish you, you wouldn't run away. He would run after you, you know, as some crazy speed and catch up with you. And also, yeah, do his thing. But the good thing is, again, I was a last born, and I
Yeah.
had to mature early, you know.
Mom always makes fun of you that you are an oops baby.
I know. Yeah, so being a last born also is a very interesting experience, because I found, you know, anyone who needed to delegate anything, it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I actually learned a lot by just being sent to go do this stuff, go do that. So therefore, I grew up and matured really fast. So you will probably not see me acting like the usual last born, you know. I'm not fussy at all. Actually, I'm the kind of a guy, when you tell me, this is what needs to be done, you don't even need to say it twice.
Okay.
You know, I take the lead and I just do things. So yeah, and I also find it hard when I'm trying to delegate, because you know, as a last born, I was the one who was being told, okay, do that, do this, and then I'm here being a leader now, so I have to delegate work to my other staff. So sometimes I find it easier to just, you know, stand and go do it by the
Oh my God. Yeah, you do that a lot. Even that's how interesting it is. We'll be sitting together having dinner. My dad would wake up, go to the kitchen, get himself a cup, and fetch water to drink. I'm just like, why didn't you tell me? Or you'll be in the kitchen cooking. My dad wants something from the stores in the cupboard. You'll just see him looking for everything by himself. You're just like, I am in the kitchen. You can't just ask me to get you the cup.
yeah.
So,
hmm Yeah, so those are, you know, what us lastborns go through. Yeah, but generally, yeah, I loved everything about just growing up. But you know, the small things which I didn't like is just like seeing my brothers and my dad being, you know, they taking a lot of alcohol. So actually, that also shaped me. I was like, whenever I drink alcohol, I will always be a fun guy. I will always be, you know, the guy you would want to be around even when I'm high on alcohol, because I saw my dad, my brothers drink alcohol and, you know, become a little bit messy, and I didn't like it. So if you see me taking alcohol, most of the times, unless if I tell you I am so drunk right now, you won't know. Yeah, yeah. And I hope you've experienced that.
fingers crossed you won't get in trouble with your brothers since you're the last one.
Yes. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for me, my experiences growing up, some of the things I didn't like, I have always known myself as a firstborn. I've always known myself, and I think I've had this grace of knowing why I do things and how I am. So, for example, you are just hanging out. Growing up, I didn't grow up with. We didn't have lots of girls. We were just my uncles and my cousins. So I grew up around boys a lot. I learned how to play those barnos. I would play with them. So I liked interacting with boys more. So going to stay with my mom, I continued with the same culture. And as a girl in a traditional African home, being around boys, it is tricky. So coming from school in a day school with boys, with a bunch of boys, mnapiga story, mnaenda home, then you get home. I don't know which neighbor from where has already told your mom by the msichana wako anapenda kutembea na wavulana, blah blah blah. So my mom will make noise at me, and my mom is not those people who will beat you all the time. They use words, so she will hurt you with her words. She will threaten you proper. So that's one of the things I really don't like, or I didn't like then. Yeah, and just having those nosy neighbors, it is really hectic. I don't know. I think they take that thing of a child is for the society too seriously.
Yeah, like
So every time I'm seen around boys, they report very fast. Yani, hata wakupe, they don't even spare you. Very fast. And I'm not a morning person. So
I know
every
that
time
very well.
so every time my mom would wake up very early, anaenda kubai maziwa ya kupika chai. So when she comes back, our house was like at the bottom of the hill. So akiwa huko juu, unamsikia tu akiitana, Aurelian, so you've not even woken up, so I'll wake up so fast to go maybe try sweeping or do something. So that was not as fun because I'm not a morning person, and I knew that from before, and I knew I functioned better at night. Then, but the good experiences are now. When I think about it now, I liked the food We were eating very good food. The environment, it was always, not always, but peaceful. We loved each other. Just listening to Kiss 100 when I was in class 8, listening to Shafi Weru and Adele Onyango in the morning, not in the morning, in the evening, just gathering me and my brothers and my mom cooking. That's something I kind of miss, and that's something I really, really loved and enjoyed growing up.
Yeah, I am glad.
So, on to the next one. So, how are those experiences? How, like, the growing up, how has it shaped you into the person you are when it comes to now imposing the rules in the house, in your own house?
I think the one big thing is the way I grew up and the circumstances I found myself in actually gave me this huge boost, especially in confidence. Yeah, because I'll tell you, I found myself like I get my first job, and I have to do some things that usually, you know, when you get your first job, you want to go.
Party!
Exactly. But I found myself, you know, paying rent, you know, for my family. So it was one of those things that gave me a lot of confidence. And I remember earlier on, like even when I was in high school, you know, there was this land case which always kept on bringing, you know, cops to our family, and I always found myself confronting these askaris, and as a result, you know, I became a really fearless man. So sometimes I say, if there's an explosion over here, I'd probably be among the people who will get hurt because I
Oh
don't
my
panic.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I don't panic. You know, it takes time for me to panic, and you know, I work very well under pressure. So it's because of those experiences. Yeah, because
I work very well under pressure. Me at the pressure, no. Okay, go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So that's how that shaped me, and I find wanting, you know, the same for you. You know, I want you to be a very confident woman. I want you to, like, I remember there are times I would just tell you, look, why are you walking so slowly? Walk
Oh
fast.
my God, yeah. And now I've started working fast, actually.
Yeah, and I'm the one
I
who's
try.
slowing down.
You're getting old. Yeah.
Yeah. So such things, I try, I borrowed that. Now I'm using it to run this family. So that's how it shaped me. And then also I find myself like being very kind and considerate, and therefore most of the times I'm a yes dad. Most of the times you come to me and I'm like, Daddy, I want this. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I know there are cons to that, but yes, I want to make you very happy, to give you everything you need in life, so that you don't go out there and be given the same by some funny guys. You know, I need to provide that here first.
I didn't grow up asking for things all the time. Oh, I need money to go out. Oh, I need money. No. My mom used to see I need cash, then she'd give me. Not going to her asking for money. So coming to stay with him and learning how to even ask for money, it was very tough. It was really tough. So it was very strange with how things were going. And now on to our house rules. What we consider our regulations, our guides to into this home.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, not I think, they are very simple, really. We are supposed to be kind to one another.
Very important.
Yeah, we are also supposed to be, you know, we are considerate to one another. And there are some things that we've just said, like for you, every Sunday, you're supposed to be doing the family dinner. Yeah, and another very important rule is we all sit in one table to take dinner together, if possible, every day. Whenever we find ourselves home together, we always find that time dinner is very important to us. So we will sit in a round table and catch up as we take dinner, and also maybe watch a movie or just a series that we enjoy as a family. Yeah, so those are the things which kind of solidify our bond. Yeah, and
the other rule is I don't eat in the kitchen or in my room. So no carrying food in your room or just eating in the kitchen. Okay, why? Some people will be baffled, like, why would you eat in the kitchen? Growing up, we had a good, beautiful kitchen where we could gather around, and most of the time it was just comfortable to eat in the kitchen, really. So coming here, I had to change that because I was already comfortable eating in the kitchen. I didn't see any problem with that. So yeah, and rules are hard to follow. That's why they say they are there to be broken. So
Yeah.
I had to really work on that. And eating in the room, that one was okay with me because I never used to do that earlier. So following the rule of eating together was okay. But not per se a rule, but just dressing, the dress code. The way I was used to, I would only wear skirts or dresses. And now, when I came here, it was not a rule, but it was just like, you can wear whatever you want. I remember I would even go to mom and wear something. I'm like, Mom, do you think this is appropriate to wear in front of my dad? Then mom will be like, yeah, it's fine, it's okay, you can wear it. And I'm just like, these people are strange.
Yeah.
You guys need intervention because
Yeah.
so like wearing shorts in the house or just walking around in your pajamas or wearing, like right now I'm wearing tights. I would have never done that in front of now my stepdad and my mom. Okay, my mom, it was okay, but now in front of my stepdad, I would always wear a lesso. So a few things about the rules were very strange.
Yeah.
Again, here I do not have the rule of ni saa ngapi? Umefika kwa nyumba yangu saa ngapi?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I'm allowed to go out as long as I say narudi kwa nyumba at this time.
Yeah.
You're good. But before that,
Yeah.
I would try so hard. By 6, I'm at home. So you've just started having fun with your friends, but you're just like, I need to go home. Before just understanding that these people who are now my parents, they are cool. I can tell them, nakuja home at 7. Nakuja home at 11. Nakuja
Yeah.
home asubuhi.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And they'll
yeah.
be okay.
Yes.
As long as they know where I am, who I am with, if I'm okay. And my dad is on my speed dial. My parents are on my speed dial. So if anything, but earlier,
Yeah.
we could have never done that.
Yeah, I know. Because also one of the other things which you have taught me, going back to the issue of money, and why I became very comfortable, like always being able to give you cash. And I remember I insisted you never leave the house going to depend on someone else out there. You always leave the house with enough cash to go spend and come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have that cash, if daddy doesn't provide that kind of cash, then we would
You're-
rather cancel.
You're chilling at home.
Yeah, you just chill at home. And I realized you're very good at saving. So basically, most of the time, when I give you your cash, you won't spend everything. And that gave me a lot of motivation to just be able to say, okay,
I'm keeping the money for next time when I'm going out, just in case we are short on cash. I've
Yes.
got my own.
Yeah, savings, and you can dig into that. So that is very encouraging. And I know also, coming into this family, and your mom actually goes and buys you those shorts and tells you, okay, you can wear that at
She
home
got
and
me,
feel.
oh my God, she got me a short and just a t-shirt for sleeping. And she'll be like, yeah, you can wear it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, that would be hard.
yeah.
But all in all, I'm used to doing that now. But if people, I'm sure if some people come in our house, they'll be shocked, be like, why are you dressing like that in front of your dad? So even growing up, I would only call my dad to come, maybe have dinner, and we will never, I don't think, we would never sit like this.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
this is how I used to sit. So you're seated like a lady.
Uh-huh.
No fancy, whatever, you're just sitting comfortably, no. So there were those boundaries because of the culture. So I've grown up knowing all those culture boundaries. They've been instilled in me so much that even right now I still struggle with leaving some. I'm just like, that's the culture, please. Do
Yeah.
not try to change me. So right now I can sit comfortable with my dad. We can have a chat.
Yeah.
But before, if you want to have a conversation, pass through your mom first before it gets to this. So even the reason to why we are having this podcast is just to address now a few of that. I know I have some of my girlies who are still growing up in such an environment. How do you turn that? How do we change now from being too strict with your kids to being a bit comfortable? Because I think we are best friends now.
Yeah, we are best friends, and I think just creating that being self-aware and knowing that you're in a safe space.
Creating the safe environment
Yeah.
with the rules at home first.
Yes, yes.
And to just maybe give people what made you believe me and trust that if I go out there, if I tell you I'm coming home at 7 in the morning, not in the evening, if I go out
7
there,
a.m.
I tell you, Daddy, I'm coming home at 7 a.m. What made you start trusting me to be okay out there?
I think one thing is we came up with this other rule where we decided if you go out and you think you will not come home at the usual, say at 10 p.m., we had some words where we said, okay, if you're in trouble, text me this word. Then I will know there's a problem. But if you're okay, text me just this one word, and I know you're okay. So that way, that code actually gave me a lot of confidence. And at first, I used to be very worried.
You'd stay up
Yes.
the entire night just waiting for me to come home.
Yeah, and also waiting for that text for you to say you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But finally, I was able to, grow into believing you that when you tell me you're safe, you're truly safe.
And that has made me really also trust in you so much, so that like when I'm going out and I tell you by the I'm going out at this place, blah, blah, blah. If you tell me, if my dad tells me, don't go to that place, I don't have good feelings about it. Trust me, if we had a plan, I'm cancelling it. Because my dad has said.
Yeah.
The way the other married people will be like, my man. For me, I'll just be like, yeah, my dad has said we are not going.
Yeah.
I won't tell you exactly, but yeah. So that has also made me very comfortable. And because of our rules in the house, we really per se don't have strict rules, hard rules to follow. So that has created a very safe environment for me to share. If I have anything, if anything happens out there, if I'm not comfortable sharing it with dad, very fast I'm going to share it with my mom. I'll tell them everything that happened out there. Sorry for my friends because mnajulikana, like ni venye to the faces hajui ni gani, but every time something happens, mimi huya nyumbani, I'm coming to say what happened. Yeah. So what were some of the rules that you felt like were hard for me to follow?
Well, I think some of the rules that I thought were hard for you were, there's a time, I remember your mom said, you must be washing utensils. And I know it was really in good faith, and she wanted you to form a routine whereby you're responsible of doing something, in the house. And this was because if you just stay in a place and you feel like you don't have anything you're doing, you're not contributing into the daily activities, your work is just to be given. At the end of the day, the moment you move out on your own, you will get a shocker. You'll be like, wait, this is how responsibilities taste. So, yeah, but I felt that was a tough one. And, we were able...
cooking every Sunday?
Yes, I remember also cooking every Sunday. And, I thought since it was becoming tough for you, so we turned it around into an opportunity, and we started your YouTube channel where we started filming your cooking videos. Yeah, and that became fun. So, yeah, I've seen you really grow in that. And even when you go to visit, our in-laws and, other places, you're able to just chip in and help and say, hey, do you want me to wash the utensils? Do you want me to help any way in the kitchen? Yeah, so I think, everything had a really nice bright side on it.
Okay, now giving the context to why maybe that was hard, now giving to you guys, our viewers, it's because I came into, when growing up, I used to do these things. It was easy. And your mom hambembelezani. It's like, nikirudi home, nipate umechuna mboga, you've made this. That was okay. But now coming here, things had changed. We have someone who helps us cook and do a few things around. So...
They also clean your clothes.
You didn't have to mention that. So it was very hard to understand. I didn't grow up having that luxury. So I'm just like, why do I have to do it every day? So that was okay. I'm trying to validate it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know the mindset I was working with that time, but right now we are good. I usually try my best to cook every Sunday, and we've made it very special. I just don't cook random things. I'll search for recipes. I'll try out to cook new food. So that has even made me be passionate about cooking. I really love cooking. I really love having good food. So for those few rules that came in, they've made me find something, passion. So, I thank God for her.
Yeah, and also the mutual respect between all of us. I think you're one of those kids who is very controlled. You can never just hurl words to me or to your mom randomly like that. So that kind of mutual respect was able to be withheld, and we carry that along in everything we do. And I know sometimes when you're trying to be kichwa ngumu, I jump in pretty fast and tell you, apologize hapo, you are wrong.
Yeah. saying you're wrong, I'm sorry, is very hard, but
Yeah.
as human beings, you have to learn how to say sorry, and you have to learn to accept when you are on the wrong side. So, yeah, that one we are doing it.
Great.
Then now on the final, how's the going with the house rules? How are things at this time?
I think I'm having the best time of my life now
Ish,
because
must be nice.
yeah, because I don't have to repeat these things. You've really followed them, and everything is just working properly. When your mom is not around, you're able to take care of the house.
The woman of the house when she's not around.
Yeah, so everything is going well. You're doing well with your savings.
By the
Yeah,
those
which you've
savings
been-
thing is ni life by the life really nifunza.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So to sum it up, I'm very happy. I'm happy with the going.
Yeah, on my side, the going is good. I'm comfortable. So I feel like I don't think going forward there's nothing big that will change.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think we are a good space. As a
Yeah.
family, we are okay.
Yeah.
As daddy, daughter, we are good. And
Exactly.
I think I've run out of questions. Do you have any questions about the rule of the house?
No, I think at the moment maybe we can just throw it to the audience right there. What are the rules that govern you in your own homes? How do the dads relate with the daughters? We would be very interested to know. So you can drop a comment and let us know. And probably in the next other episodes, we'll be able to talk about it and, just share with our audience out there.
Yeah, and please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. We'll be dropping a video every week, so please join us every week on this dose of family, fun, and inspirations.
Yes, because here, we are here to love, to laugh, and learn. Yeah, that's what this channel is about. Yeah.
Yes. And stay awesome, guys.
Bye.
Bye.